Ghostly soldiers haunting Maryland's past. Maryland, a state steeped in history, has long been a microcosm of the larger American narrative. From its founding in the early 17th century to its pivotal role during the American Civil War, Maryland has witnessed significant events that have left lasting impressions on its landscape and its people. Amid these historical events are the stories of ghostly soldiers, whose apparitions and legends provide insight into the emotional and spiritual toll of war. This video explores the folklore and historical accounts of spectral soldiers haunting various locations in Maryland, examining their relevance and the cultural significance of these narratives in understanding the state's tumultuous past. The importance of Maryland. During the Civil War, Maryland played a critical role during the American Civil War. Situated as it was between the Union capital of Washington, D.C., and the Confederate capital of Richmond, Virginia. Throughout the war, Maryland was the site of several significant battles, including the Battle of Antietam in 1862, which resulted in the highest single-day casualty rate in American history. The bloody conflicts marked not only the land, but also the collective psyche of its inhabitants. Soldiers, often far from home, found themselves caught up in a brutal struggle that would claim hundreds of thousands of lives. Civilian impact. The impact of the Civil War extended beyond soldiers to civilians, who were regularly caught in the crossfire, witnessed battles, and tended to the wounded. The traumas of war left indelible marks on communities, families, and individuals, contributing to the lore that would develop following societal upheaval. Ghostly soldiers, folklore and legends. The battlefield of Antietam, a preserved site of one of the most significant and tragic encounters of the Civil War, is perhaps the most famous location in Maryland for ghostly soldier sightings. Eyewitness accounts have reported glimpses of soldiers in period uniforms wandering the grounds, frequently appearing around the anniversary of the battle or during quiet, foggy nights. Some visitors claim to hear distant sounds of battle, the rumble of cannon fire, screams of the wounded, and even the eerie sound of marching feet. These apparitions can be interpreted as manifestations of the chaos and suffering from that pivotal day in American history, reflecting the unresolved anguish of those who fought and died there. The haunted Harper's Ferry. Another notable site is Harper's Ferry, which witnessed several key events during the Civil War. Ghost stories from this area tell of soldiers who linger in the old town's historic structures. Reports of apparitions dressed in blue and gray, alongside noises reminiscent of gunfire and cannon blasts, continue to draw curiosity from historians and paranormal enthusiasts alike. The significant loss of life and trauma experienced by soldiers and civilians here has contributed to a rich tapestry of legends associated with the area's historical architecture. Point Lookout Lighthouse. The Point Lookout Lighthouse has its own spectral tales. Originally built as a beacon for ships, it later served as a Union prison camp during the Civil War. Eyewitnesses have reported seeing ghostly figures of soldiers in and around the lighthouse, with some claiming that the soldiers sometimes appear in battle formation. Additionally, the haunting wails of anguished voices have been noted by visitors, often attributed to the soldiers who suffered harsh conditions in the prison camp. This haunting underscores the lasting impact of war on physical locations and the narratives that emerge from them. The role of ghost stories in society. Ghost stories typically serve as collective expressions of grief and memory, allowing communities to process loss. In the context of Maryland's Civil War sites, these stories contribute to a memorialization of the past, ensuring that the sacrifices of soldiers are not forgotten. Engaging with the spectral lore surrounding battlefield locations and historic sites permits a communal reflection on the realities of war and its aftermath. Moreover, ghostly soldier tales contribute significantly to Maryland's tourism economy. Historical tours, Ghost hunts and reenactments not only allow people to connect with the state's past, but also provide a unique lens through which to experience American history. The intertwining of history and haunting turns Maryland into a living memorial where stories of courage, suffering, and loss continue to resonate through ghostly encounters. Conclusion: ghostly soldiers are more than just folklore. They embody the struggles and histories of those who lived in and fought for Maryland during tumultuous times. The spectral tales of Antietam, Harper's Ferry, and Point Lookout, among others, paint a haunting picture of a state forever marked by the traumas of war. As Marylanders and visitors continue to engage with these stories, they serve as a powerful reminder of the sacrifices made in the name of freedom and the importance of remembering those lost. These ghostly apparitions remind us that history is not just written in books, but carries on in the whispers of the past, urging us to learn from the events that shaped our nation. If you enjoyed our video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We would really appreciate it. You can also share your thought and stories in the comments section. Thank you for watching.